Hey, scrappy people, Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a 12 by 12 layout using the Cedar and Snow collection from Cocoa Daisy. Today I'm going to be creating a really nice and simple layout about a white Christmas. So growing up in California, we never had snow ever, let alone on Christmas, and all of the years that we have lived in Tennessee, this was our first white Christmas. And of course I have my Christmas pajamas on that are red and white striped. So we're gonna go for a full-on Christmas, but not Christmas theme. I wanted to add in a little bit more black and white with this plaid, that was the word I was looking for, this plaid background just before I go full in on the red and green, just because I know that there's going to be some black embellishments, or there's black in the photo. I just wanted to make sure that the black didn't look like it was standing out too much and not making sense with the page. Just things I think about. I think about color balance a lot as a product designer. I want to always make sure that color is nice and balanced in my product, and it really translates into my pages as well. So I was debating here between this cute pink and red dot background and the red background just for the base of this page, and I decided to go with the pink and white dot just because there was a lot of red in the photo itself, and also I knew that I was going to bring in some more red with the title that I was choosing, which is actually going to be part of this part of part of the paper that I'm choosing here. Blech. There we go, we got it now. So I decided to double matte this really long all the way across the page, but just with a slight bit of red at the top and the bottom, because again, I'm going to be using this red paper for part of my title too, and so that will bring in the red from the background without overwhelming the page, because there is red in my photo too. Whew, that was my thought process. I'm sorry I couldn't convey it very clearly. I haven't done voiceovers in a while. I've been kind of taking a break from scrapbooking because I've been super busy making product. So my brain and summarizing what I'm doing, it takes a little bit more effort nowadays. So I used the alphabet from the scrapbooking kit, and then I took the red paper, like I said, and I just created a cut file. A great way to add in titles if you are short on alphabets is to create a cut file in Silhouette. I chose to do it with a script font first for contrast, because there's a really blocky font with the stickers, but also because all of the letters stick together and I don't have to worry about placing each letter one by one, just each word one by one. So I really like the contrast, and I like that it was simple. So it says, I dreamed of a white Christmas. And my journaling is going to be about how, well, just like I explained to you, about how I grew up with no snow, and I was very excited to get snow for Christmas. And just adding the dots here, even though they are very much, blending into that polka dot background, I think they stand out enough to make it worth it. Okay, so next I'm going to add in some journaling strips, and I'm going to use the journaling cards from the Cedar and Snow collection, and I'm actually going to just take this 4x6 one with the pretty pine branches on the side, and I'm going to cut it into journaling strips. It's one of my favorite hacks, is to use these ones with like grid backgrounds to create journaling strips rather than using them as journaling cards. So I'm cutting them all into 1/2 inch journaling strips, and then I'm going to cut off just a little bit of the pine branches on the side, not too much, but just enough. Actually, I think I decided that they're fine, but I am going to cut off some of this journaling strip because obviously they're too long, so we'll do it from the other end instead, counting grids so that I do all of them the same length. And then I'm going to put them down on the page so that they sort of still read as not a journaling card, because there will be spaces in between them, but you can see how the pattern on the side, the pine branches all still kind of go together. I think that was a really neat effect. I really like the way that it anchors the journaling strips. And I think I decided that maybe I just wanted to offset them a little bit so that they weren't perfectly straight, because that's just the way that I am. So I'm staggering them just slightly, moving them over, so they weren't so much on the page, or on the photo, I mean. Well, I guess I didn't stagger them. Interesting. I'm keeping all of the straight lines in this page. So unlike me. So the last thing that I decided I needed to do besides add my journaling in was add in a couple of embellishments, because you know me, I cannot just leave it the way that it is. And I decided that I didn't really love the way that there was all that black on the photo up in the top corner. So we're going to take that snow day chipboard and this wreath, and we're going to put it up here in this corner to sort of cover up the pavement from the gappy the gappy snow, because we want as much snow represented as possible. So I just cut that wreath slightly. It's not going to be a big deal because it's just going to go right back down together the way that it is supposed to be. And then I took that snowflake and I put it over on the right hand side on that little gap between where the edge of the page was and the title to fill in that space. Also bring some black over to that outside edge. Then I'm trying to put this on the photo so that it doesn't get lost in that black pavement, but circles it really nicely. I added the pine cone as well to anchor those pine branches, as I felt like they were a little bit floaty. And then of course we're going to add a bull clip. Is that what it's called? Wow, my brain, you guys. And then a couple of that clip and these berries, add in a couple more red pieces to this page. There we go. Phew. And I just wanted to add in a little bit of ephemera as well. So I added that postcard. I thought that was cute. Last but not least, we're going to add in a little bit of borders. So we're just going to go all in on the straight lines. So I add some of the washi tape from the scrapbook kit to the top there. And then I wanted to add in this scalloped border. And initially I decided that I want to do it underneath my photo right here. And I cut it and then decide as I'm putting it down that it is not a good place for it. Like, I don't really like the way that that looks. Kind of disappears, right? So instead I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it down underneath the red border on the bottom of the composition. So no, we don't like this. Put it down, decided it was no good. Took me a minute though. Nope. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up and put it down here instead. It still a little bit kind of disappears, you know, but I think it still looks better as a border down here than it did on the photo. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the rest of the scallop and just join it up like it never happened. Right along the outside edge, the bottom edge, I should say. And then last but not least, I'm going to take my handy dandy trusty enamel dots and add them in a couple places on this page after I cut off this excess because it was driving me nuts. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There is an affiliate link to Cocoa Daisy in the description box below if you are interested in starting a subscription. And I will see you next time. Thank you.